Sunlight streams into a cozy bedroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air like tiny ephemeral stars. Cinderella, with kind, innocent eyes, sits on a stool beside her ailing mother's bed. Her mother, pale yet serene, gently takes Cinderella's small hand in her own, a profound connection, the air thick with unspoken emotion, a moment of deep love and impending, heartbreaking loss. Her mother's voice is soft but resolute. "My dear Cinderella, always be kind, always be good," her mother continues, her words a final, precious gift. "It will be your shield and your strength." In a humble graveyard, Cinderella kneels by a fresh headstone, her simple clothes a stark contrast to her quiet dignity. Her face, etched with grief, holds a glimmer of unwavering resolve, a silent promise to her lost mother. She tenderly waters a small sapling, its fragile form a symbol of enduring hope amidst the sorrow. Each drop of water nourishes the young plant, mirroring Cinderella's steadfast spirit in the face of adversity. The sapling's growth will be a living testament to her enduring love, a promise blooming from the earth. A year later, the grand hallway of Cinderella's home buzzes with activity, a new era unfolding. Her father, his face beaming with hope, gestures towards his new wife, whose smile is almost too sweet. Beside her stand her two daughters, Grimselda and Anastasia. Exquisitely dressed in finery, they cast disdainful glances, their lavish attire a stark contrast to their cruel expressions. In a once vibrant kitchen, Cinderella, clad in a drab smock, toils endlessly, her movements heavy with weariness. She carries heavy buckets of water and stokes the roaring fire, her face streaked with soot and exhaustion. Grimselda and Anastasia lounge nearby, their cruel laughter echoing, a stark contrast to Cinderella's silent labor. With malicious grins, they deliberately spill lentils into the hearth ashes, an act of petty cruelty. Cinderella, with a sigh of resignation, kneels to meticulously sort the scattered lentils, her spirit unbroken. The kitchen, a cavern of shadows, is pierced only by the last flickering breath of the hearth. Cinderella, a small, weary form, is curled up on the warm stone, her clothes smudged with soot. Dust and grime cling to her skin, a testament to her harsh new reality. She closes her eyes, a silent prayer for warmth and oblivion in this desolate place. In this moment, the cruel nickname Cinderella is forged, forever marking her. Cinderella's father, dressed for travel, stands by the ornate fireplace, a packed satchel by his side. Grimselda and Anastasia, eyes gleaming with avarice, eagerly list expensive dresses and glittering jewels. He turns to Cinderella, whose shy smile hides a quiet longing, a stark contrast to her stepsister's greed. Cinderella's voice is soft, a simple plea. "Just the first twig that brushes your hat on your way home, please." Sunlight filters through the forest canopy, dappling the winding road as a father rides his horse, a picture of quiet contemplation. A small hazel twig, vibrant with green leaves, gently brushes his hat, a fleeting touch of nature. He pauses, a flicker of memory in his eyes, recalling a daughter's simple request. With tenderness, he plucks the hazel twig, a silent promise to a distant child. The journey resumes, the twig now clutched in his hand, a tangible symbol of paternal affection. Amidst the demands of his new life, this small act of love shines, a beacon of enduring connection. In a sun-dappled cemetery, Cinderella kneels by a weathered gravestone, her movements gentle and deliberate. With tender care, she plants a slender hazel twig into the soft, silent earth, a quiet act of remembrance. Years unfurl, and the small twig transforms into a magnificent, vibrant hazel tree, its branches reaching skyward. Each day, Cinderella returns, her hand resting on the tree's bark, a silent confidant in her enduring solace. Her voice, a soft murmur, confides secrets to the rustling leaves, finding profound connection in the tree's embrace. Beneath the rustling hazel tree, Cinderella sits, her gaze lost in a distant, wistful dream. A tiny white bird, its eyes bright with ancient wisdom, lands softly on a branch above her. The leaves whisper secrets in the gentle breeze, as Cinderella breathes a silent, heartfelt wish into the air. The little bird, as if hearing her plea, cocks its head, its intelligent eyes fixed on her. From its beak, a small, desired object delicately drops, a shimmering token of magic. Enchantment now envelops her mother's resting place, a profound and subtle blessing from above. Sunlight streams through tall windows, illuminating dust motes, dancing in the air as the imposing stepmother reads a royal proclamation. Grimselda and Anastasia shriek with delight, their faces alight with anticipation on the ornate sofa. A royal proclamation! His Majesty is hosting a 3-day festival and a grand ball to celebrate the prince's birthday. Oh, a ball! I must have a new gown, Grimselda exclaims, while Anastasia demands, Cinderella, fetch my sewing basket at once! Cinderella, near the fireplace, eyes wide and hopeful, timidly asks, Might I also go to the ball? Her stepmother's harsh, scornful laugh fills the room, crushing Cinderella's fragile hope. Ha! You! To the ball? Don't be absurd! The kitchen, once warm, now feels cold and ominous as the stepmother's cruel smile twists her lips. With a wicked grin, she upends a bowl of lentils directly into the hearth's ashes, a challenge in her eyes. Cinderella, left alone, turns to a small, defiant hazel tree in the corner, her face etched with quiet despair. She whispers to the tree, her words a silent plea carried on the air. Suddenly, a flock of white birds descends, their wings a flurry of magic and hope. With astonishing speed, their tiny beaks sought the lentils from the ashes, a miraculous dance of feathers. Beneath a gnarled hazel tree, Cinderella, her face tear-streaked, whispers a desperate wish for a gown, the ball's distant music, a cruel counterpoint. From the branches, a white bird descends, bearing a shimmering dress of gold and silver and delicate silk slippers. Cinderella's hands tremble as she takes the magical attire, her simple clothes dissolving into the dazzling new gown. A newfound confidence radiates from her, transforming her posture as she stands, now radiant and poised. Cinderella enters the grand ballroom, a vision of ethereal elegance, her presence instantly captivating all eyes. The prince, immediately enchanted, approaches her with a magnetic pull, his gaze fixed on her radiant beauty. They glide across the floor, a whirlwind of joy and enchantment, lost in a dance of pure magic. As the clock ominously nears midnight, Cinderella flees, a whisper of urgency in her graceful retreat. The prince pursues her, a desperate longing in his eyes, only to be met with a confounding mystery. She vanishes into an ordinary garden shed, leaving the prince bewildered by her sudden, inexplicable disappearance. Under the cold moonlight, Cinderella, dazzling in her gown, rushes down the grand palace steps. The prince, his face etched with grim determination, watches as she descends onto the treacherous pitch-coated steps. One golden slipper sinks into the thick black pitch, pulling free with a soft, desperate sound. Cinderella, without a backward glance, vanishes into the deepening night, leaving only a shimmering trace. The prince emerges, his gaze fixed on the abandoned slipper, a beacon of lost hope in the darkness. He retrieves the single golden shoe, holding it aloft, a silent promise in the moonlit silence. The prince, holding a golden slipper, declares he will marry the one whose foot perfectly fits. Grimselda and Anastasia grunt, faces contorted in agony, trying to force their feet into the delicate slipper. The father, etched with reluctance, presents Cinderella, who glows with ethereal grace. A gasp echoes as Cinderella effortlessly slides her foot into the golden slipper. The prince's eyes widen in recognition, a brilliant smile radiating pure joy. The sun shines down on an opulent royal wedding, a fairy tale come to life under a brilliant sky. Cinderella, radiant in her exquisite bridal gown, stands beside her prince, a vision of grace and happiness. Among the many guests, Grimselda and Anastasia stand, their usual haughty expressions replaced by humbled looks. A gentle smile graces Cinderella's lips as she extends a hand towards them, a gesture of unexpected warmth. Her eyes, filled with profound compassion, meet theirs, a silent promise hanging in the sun-drenched air. Cinderella's voice, soft yet firm, rings with an offer of peace. I forgive you.